What's good, y'all? So check it, right? Y'all know I was having some issues at the range with my Smith and Wesson Shield non-shield plus. This was bought brand new. I had this sitting in the safe for about 2 years before I decided to make it my carry weapon. I've never shot it. It just sat there because I was carrying this for since forever. I've been carrying this, my XD None subcompact. All right. So I said, well, I'm gonna make this my spring pistol, something that's much lighter, holds almost the same amount of rounds, 13 rounds in this, and then versus 13 rounds in this. And this is a much lighter gun, but then you see the profile, see how thick the XD is compared to the shield. It's crazy. So much comfortable to carry this. It's much comfortable. But I took it out. I put 133 rounds through it. But during that session, I shot the ammo, which was Winchester jacketed hollow points 115 grain and some Winchester ball ammo. And I was getting, it was a few times it would lock back, but then a few other times after that, it started to, when it was the last round, I would just hear, and by the way, this is a clear weapon for y'all safety Sallies out there. When it would shoot and it would just bang. It would be done, it would be empty, and I just hear a click, because I think it's still around in there, because that's why I pull the trigger, and then nothing. And then I drop the mag, and I'll check the chamber, nothing to be there. It'll be totally empty. All right, so I was calling Smith & Wesson, like, okay, I'm going to take this, send this back to them. But I don't want to do that yet, because I'm starting to think it might not be the gun, it might be me. Because what I noticed, I probably didn't notice it at the range as much, because, when you holding a gun and you ain't shooting it, it feels different. Yeah, it feels good in your hand. It's not the best grip. It's an okay grip. Feels okay in my hands. Doesn't feel the best like some of my other guns, but it feels all right. It was very comfortable when I bought it. Besides this being a little too aggressive, I think they should kind of like tone down this. This feels way too much like sandpaper, like real sandpaper. But when you're shooting it, it's a different story, man. Yeah, it's snappy, but manageable. The problem is, I think what I've been doing is holding this while I'm shooting. And I'm going to confirm that when I bring it back. I've been holding this. I think I've been kind of contacting the slide catch, maybe holding it down, stopping it from locking back. I don't know if that's what I've been doing. I've been holding it the way I'm supposed to hold a gun, but I just think the area that this is in, it might not be a good area for my thumb, at least. When I shoot the XD, you see where my thumb is when I'm shooting it, because it has a higher bore axis, I guess. The slide catch is here. I've never had that problem with the XD. It locks open every shot, no matter the ammo. People were telling me maybe it was the Winchester ammo. I don't think that is. I don't think that's an excuse, especially with a handgun maker like Smith & Wesson. That shouldn't be an issue. That should not be an excuse for a gun to do that if it's not my fault. If it's the gun, it shouldn't. A pretty notable, reputable company like Smith & Wesson shouldn't put out shit like that. Just my opinion. When you claim you're the best, you got to run with the best. You have to put out the best quality, like your competitors. And I understand, though, sometimes you might get a lemon or something might be wrong with something. All of them can go through that. Glock, whoever it is, I get it. But come on, man. No excuse for that, man. This is something that's supposed to protect your life. That's the reason why I tell people to always take your gun to the range. If especially your carry gun, you take it and you shoot with the ammo you're gonna carry, and you shoot, make sure it functions correctly. I can't sign this off yet, but what I will say is I still don't want to carry it anymore. Not because I think it's gonna fail me because of the gun. I think maybe I'm, the way I shoot. You see that? I will have to adjust my finger, and this is not how I don't feel comfortable shooting like that. I feel comfortable bringing my hand up to the side of the gun. And you see where my right thumb is? You see how it's just resting right there? I think that's what's been happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rent another Shield Plus from the range, and I'm going to shoot it the same way I shoot mine and see what happens with that. If I have the same grip and it functions great, I'm thinking it could be an issue with the gun. I don't think it is, though. I think there's nothing wrong with the gun because it never jammed, nothing like that. I think it might be my finger touching this. So I'm gonna also rent a Glock 43X because I'm considering getting one of those because that grip feels much better in my hand. And then when I hold a Glock 43X, the slide, when I hold it naturally like this, the slide stop or the slide catch, it doesn't really get in the way. My thumb doesn't rub against it as much. So you can see I'm shooting and I'm recoiling. You can see how my thumb could probably be doing something to the slide catch. That's a possibility. And I'm going to try to shoot it like this too at the range. I'm going to move my thumb away from the slide catch and just shoot it like this. And I'm going to see if the gun locks open. And I think it will. If you, like I said, you take the XD, you see where my thumb is? It's not interfering with nothing. I would have to put my thumb all the way up here. So I get a better purchase, and my thumb is not really, and I like this too on the XD. Like they have this little guard right here. I guess they put that there as they know maybe some people's thumbs might go. It's like almost like a thumb guard, almost to a sense, to a degree. It's almost like a thumb guard. All right. This is a much more comfortable grip, but even the XD subcompact is more comfortable than the Glock 26 without the extension grip, and it's more comfortable than a lot of these other guns. But it's not the most comfortable. It's not the most comfortable, but it is more comfortable than some of the other subcompacts, though. Definitely than the 26, and it's more comfortable than this because it don't have that this aggressiveness right here, which ain't too bad. But like I said, it's it digs into your hand a little bit. But you see again, as you see where my thumb is resting right here, and then right here, like I said, it's not doing that as much. I'm thinking it's not the gun, and I'm probably like 80-90% sure it's my finger. It's probably not even the gun's fault. But I don't want to carry it because if I get into a situation that I might need to use this thing, and I'm not going to really be thinking, I got to put my thumbs right here so I won't touch this. And then bang, it shoots everything, and I think it's empty or something malfunctioned. I forget, and I'm like, oh shit, it's around in there. And also, I had said I thought that the gun had a light primer strike. I'm not sure if I could confirm that. I don't remember. This is the reason why I'm gonna start recording my videos at the range. But I still think it's not the gun. I think it's a great gun. I just think it's my hands ain't agreeing with it when I'm shooting with it, and I don't want nothing to happen. When I'm shooting, I have medium-sized hands. I don't have really big hands. If I had smaller hands, then it probably wouldn't be much of an issue. But yeah, we're gonna confirm this next week. I'm gonna get a video on this, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna shoot this, and I'm gonna shoot the Glock 43X, and maybe a Hellcat too. But this, I'll probably end up retiring this back to the right into the gun safe where it was, and just put it in this collection stash. Just bring it out for a spin once in a while. I got some friends that might want to shoot it or something like that. Then I'll pull it out the safe. But other than that, I'm gonna have to give this gun a no. It failed my carry test. It did. And then you look at the P32. I don't have to worry about that with the P32. The grip for this feels more comfortable than the Shield because the P32 doesn't have a slide catch right here. It's an internal slide catch. What's crazy too when you think about it? This is a gun that's really for righties, right? Why don't they just put this slide stop like right here? Like I know, don't tell me they can't do it. You know what I mean? Or if it's a right-handed gun, put the slide catch right here. If it's a left-handed gun, put the slide catch right here. or just make an internal slide catch. If Kel-Tec can do it with a small gun, don't tell me Smith and Wesson they can't do it with a bigger gun, man. Like, come on. It's just my thoughts. Overall, still, I recommend that, for other people, but just make sure that thumb ain't an issue. I still can't confirm it yet, but either way, even if it's the gun or my thumb, I'm not carrying this, man, because I don't want that to happen at the wrong time. So, just my quick update on the situation with the Smith & Wesson, man. This has been Rebel 9. Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And I'm off this.